wrap up our school year. The students you're going to see perform this afternoon are some very talented young musicians that have been offered private lesson scholarships because they are serious about their instrument, and we believe in their talent and their ability to continue growing as young musicians. Before we start, I'd like to thank Carnegie Hall's Play USA program, which funds the private lessons and makes this possible. And I would also like to thank Juneau Live for hosting us here at the studio today so that friends and family near and far can watch these amazing talented kids whenever they are able. And with that, I'd like to introduce our first act. We have Mr. Franz Felkel, who is an amazing JAMM violin teacher and lead teacher at both Kwáan and Glacier Valley, and he teaches privately, and he is going to introduce his first student.
Okay, here we have Tate. Tate, what grade are you in?
Sixth.
Sixth grade, and you're going into seventh?
Yeah.
How long have you been playing the violin for?
7 years.
Okay.
7 years, since you were in kindergarten, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. And any exciting plans for the summer?
Sitka Fine Arts Camp and a road trip.
Nice. Where's your road trip going to be going?
Down Washington, Oregon, and California.
Very nice. And I have one more question for you. What's your favorite song that you're either currently working on or that you've played before?
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian, very good. That's one of my favorites too that we're working on. Good. What are you going to be performing today?
Ray by George Frederick Handel.
Very good.
A young cellist, Melody Morford. What are you going to be playing for us today?
I'm going to be playing Gavotte and by Bach.
By Bach. And you picked this piece. What do you like about this piece?
I like the tone of the piece. It's very beautiful and dark and moody.
Okay, and is that what you like about the cello? What do you like about playing the cello?
It is very like range. It has a very nice range, and it's just like it's not like unwieldy big, but it has a nice deep sound.
Nice. And how long have you been playing the cello?
Like 5 years.
Years. Nice. So this is Gavotte in C minor by J.S. Bach. Next up, we will have another cellist performing, but I wanted to just take a moment to thank all the parents. I know what it's like to drive kids to lessons, especially at crazy hours at night and when you're juggling it with other activities. And so we thank you for your support. We want to thank our schools, Kachtaguhin, Ak Bay, City Tishanach, Glacier Valley, And as well as Zantikihini, where we have a mariachi, and Floyd Dryden, where we have some amazing middle school musicians helping to mentor younger elementary musicians. And with that, we have a Floyd Dryden middle school cellist performing up next. This is Eliza Albrecht. And Eliza is a pretty talented musician. You play several instruments. What do you play?
Cello and clarinet and piano.
And you do a lot of music. You're in several ensembles. What do you do musically?
Playing Prelude Orchestra and Ursa Major.
Okay. And you also played at the Folk Fest recently, didn't you? Who did you play with?
My dad and my brother.
So you have a very musical family. I know because I teach your brother too, right? Yeah, and your dad plays guitar. Do you have any other musicians in your family?
My grandma plays cello.
Nice. So something in common. That's pretty nice. What are you going to play for us today?
Sonata in C major by Breval, the second movement.
Okay, Sonata in C major by Breval, a classical French composer. This is the second movement, is a rondo grazioso.
Okay, I'd like to introduce our next act, Arlo. Arlo, what grade are you in?
7th,
And how long have you been playing your instrument?
8 years.
8 years, very good. Do you play any other instruments?
Yes,
What are those instruments?
a lot of them.
Which ones?
Oh, the guitar, the bass, the ukulele.
How many ukuleles do you own?
3
3. What kind?
ukuleles.
Yeah, but they're different, right? Are they all the same?
No,
What's the difference?
size.
Size. What's your biggest one?
Tenor.
A tenor ukulele? And did you say you had an 8-string ukulele or no?
Yes,
You do. What do you need 8 strings for?
it sounds good.
It sounds good. Okay, that sounds good. Any plans for the summer?
Seiko Fine Arts Camp.
Very good. And is this your first year going to Sitka Fine Arts Camp?
Nope.
What year? How long have you been going to Sitka Fine Arts Camp?
Oh, this is my 2nd year.
Second year. And do you know what you'll be doing there?
Yes.
What? Name a couple of the classes, courses.
Rock band, orchestra, jazz band,
Very nice. And in the rock band or the jazz band, are you playing guitar or bass?
bass.
Bass. Very good. Anything else that you play? I can't think of, like, that's all the string instruments, right? No, you don't play cello, right?
No.
Do you play viola?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. What are you going to be playing today for us?
Concerto number 5 in D major by Friedrich Heitz.
Very good.
And we are back to the cello with a very talented young lady. This is Laura Parker. Laura, how long have you been playing the cello?
6.5 years.
How old were you when you started?
About 6.
About 6. And in the last 6.5 years, do you have a favorite memory or moment when you were playing the cello, performing, practicing something?
When I was in 4th grade, I wasn't allowed to go to the governor's mansion, but I convinced her to let me go. And then the next year, COVID happened, so I guess I got lucky.
Good at convincing. And do you do other activities? I hear you just won a competition recently. Tell us about that. What do you do when you're not playing cello?
I do figure skating 5 days a week for about 4 hours a day.
And you still find time to practice at least 20 minutes a day? At least, yeah. Good for you. What are you going to perform for us today?
Lassie Canteen by G. Marie.
And what do you like about this piece?
It's energetic.
Okay. And as our next performers get ready to come up, I'll just mention briefly that although the school year is coming to a close, we do still have some fun summer opportunities coming up. We have a free bluegrass camp for 4th through 8th grade students, June 20th through the 23rd. And the Juneau Symphony will have a string orchestra camp at Eagle Crest for graduating 2nd through 6th grade musicians. You can find out more about those on our website, juneaumusicmatters.com or thejuneausymphony.org.
Our next performer today, very special performer, Miss Talitha. How long have you been with us at JAMM?
I've been with JAMM for about 12 years now.
So you were with the original cohort for the first year, right?
I joined a year late, but a lot of the people,
Yeah, and you currently are a teaching assistant with us, right?
Yes, I am.
Very good. And you work at City Tishonak Glacier Valley, right?
Yes.
Very good. And Talitha is typically, I knew her as a violin player, and then this year she was like, hey, can we switch it up a little bit? And what are you going to be playing today?
I'm playing the viola.
The viola. And for those of audience members who don't know what a viola is, what is a viola?
A viola, a lot of people think it's just a big violin, and that's kind of what it is, But the main difference is that, one, of course, it's bigger, and the second thing is it doesn't have an E string, it has a C string.
So a lower string. Can you play that
Yes.
C string for us? So much lower than the violin. Do you play any other instruments?
I also play, of course, the violin and the piano.
What do you like most about the viola?
That everybody hates it.
It has a reputation for that. Everyone makes fun of it. Everyone
Yes.
hates it, but I don't. Definitely not. So what? You are graduating this year, correct?
Yes, I am graduating this
And any special plans for the summer or for next year?
year. For the summer, I'm hoping to travel. I do have a speech and debate national tournament in June, which I'm excited for.
Congrats.
And for next year, I'm not sure which college I'm going to go to, but it looks like I might be going to UAF.
That's my alumni, so yay.
And when I do go to school, I'm probably going to study with a major in business admin with a minor in music.
Very nice. What are you going to be, or what are we going to be playing today?
Today we're going to be playing Concerto in G major for 2 violas or the first and second movement, and it's by Telemann.
Next up, I'd like to introduce Karis Hudson. And Karis is a sophomore at JD, and you've been playing cello since second grade, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you, after all these years, what do you like most about the cello?
Obviously, the range is amazing, and I love the sound of the cello when you have like really wide vibrato, and just all the different types of music you can play with it, all the genres.
Do you have any goals as a cellist?
Well, I plan to pursue music at college, which is in a couple years, and hopefully join a symphony when I grow up, maybe play in some pits, maybe play even in like Broadway shows. That would be my dream, personally.
Nice. That's good to know. And what are you performing today?
I'm performing the Expedition of Cello Concerto in B-flat major by Boccherini.
Yep. And Boccherini himself was a cellist in Italy. He lived about the same time period as Mozart. They were both prodigies. And Boccherini he wrote some amazing stuff for cello and some very hard and flashy stuff for cello. And this is a great piece that you've been performing at Music Fest and for some other competitions. And I'm excited for you to all get to hear it. Coming up next, we have a bass player, and it's not very often that you get to hear a budding virtuoso on bass, but it is an instrument with quite a range, just like the cello. I'm always impressed with bass players because they're moving up and down the fingerboard right from the beginning of playing. And this is a very impressive bass player performing for you today. Aliciana is a senior, and we're going to be very sad to see her leave maybe the start of our program, but hopefully I think she'll come back next year. And I'm going to just come over here so I can interview you really quick, because Aliciana, you've got some exciting stuff coming on bass. What are you doing this summer?
I am going to LA for a 9-day festival with the LA Philharmonic.
So Aliciana entered a competition to be in the Los Angeles Philharmonic's Summer National Orchestra, and she won a spot on bass. It's an all-expense-paid trip to go play with some of the best teachers and musicians in the world this July. And it's her second time winning that competition. And so we're really proud of her work. And her teacher, Bob Olson, is not here today. He actually lives in Fairbanks, and Aliciana Zooms in for lessons with Bob, and then every now and then he comes down and plays with the symphony. But we are very grateful for him for taking Aliciana under his wing, and we're really excited to hear what you're playing today. Would you like to tell us about this piece?
I am performing Habanera by Salvador Amado.
Nice. A nice little Spanish piece, and you can't see the music, but she's going to be playing in treble clef, just like a violin, in addition to bass clef. So that in and of itself speaks volumes to her level of playing. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming today, and all the viewers out there for watching. I'd like to introduce our last performers, Jemima and Talitha. These two are two of my favorite people. I've been working with them since I moved back to Juneau and since I started working with JAMM. They are incredible, incredibly hard workers. They're incredible human beings, and I just, it's really great that I've gotten a chance to know them and to teach them. But I want to talk to Jemima real quick. Jemima, you are graduating this year, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Be confident.
Yes.
Good. And how long have you been a part of the JAMM program?
Since the beginning.
Since the beginning. So these two here have known each other since kindergarten?
A little before.
Yeah, a little before kindergarten. So they've known each other for a long time. And when they actually approached me and said, hey, we want to do this duet for the recital, I said, absolutely, that's a great idea. You guys work together. Jemima, any plans for next year?
So next year I will be attending UAS in the fall, and I will be studying elementary education.
Yay, another teacher, yay. And she is already an incredible teacher. You should see her in the classroom. She's great with the kids. What will you two be performing today?
Today we will be performing Vocalese by Rachmaninoff.
Thank you so much. We're going to bring out all of our young musicians for one last round of applause. This is a really great group of kids that we are so grateful to have the pleasure of working with. So
Please give them one last round of
Yeah.
applause for everyone listening. Thank you all, and congratulations to all of our graduating seniors. Wonderful job and great performance.
thank you.